Hello, good morning. Welcome to another Yes Futures trading stream. It is one day after it is Thursday, FMC is over. Today is the last day, basically, of September, the culmination of the rollover. And really interested. The week has turned out to be really interesting one, but it is coming to an end. Um, Very interesting things have happened, and basically what I am trying to wanted to find out is what we have for next week, what the market has for us next week. There are still a lot of things that have been going on here. Let's just check this out. um, for example, we were talking about this extensible. Notice the amount of contracts that we have here yesterday. This is December, right? 1.2 millions, and the overnight 150, which basically is 1.4, 1.23, almost 1.4 million, right? And what we have, this is what we have. These numbers here, this data comes from the CME website. 200,000 is still, it's not as much as yesterday and the previous days, but there is still something there, right? That's the interesting part of this. Now, the first thing that I have today coming, the first thing that I have here coming early, when I come early to see this market is, wow, man, this is really overextended to the upper side. And we, we talked yesterday about how we see the squeeze to of the of the longs here, right? With this spike, there was tremendous weakness here in this 2-day range, but we closed the day. We closed the day with something, and it is that there actually was not a squeeze of the shorts, which is usually actually the ones that have carry more risk here. Because in a market that is trending higher, in all time frames trending higher, the shorts being left there, really up there, untouched basically, as it is just, what was weird to say the least for yesterday. And one of the things that have put there is this area here, right? If you check yesterday, the stream from yesterday, we will see this. There was another area here consistent with a very weak questionable, and now this part over here doesn't doesn't deal with this because it was made during the overnight, and unless it's made during the regular trading hours, that's when I will consider repair. And to the close, one of the first things, one of the last, what the first thing I've noticed is how Nasdaq, look at Nasdaq, how Nasdaq was primed to, I mean, shorting this market was just very risky, going into today, right? The view for the next day was, boy, this market has good odds to keep going higher. Wow. based on what happened here in ES and based how Nasdaq actually closed. Value is lower though, right? Now, inventory is absolutely long, 100% long. Where is Settle? Where is Settle here? Settle. Okay, Wednesday, Settle 6658. 6658, 6658. It was way down here. Yeah. Is there something that I got from yesterday? Is that during this back and forth we have here, this short coding that we have here, there was something going on here. There was absorption. I don't remember exactly now, but I decided to mark it, and I did this during the stream. Okay, I put this one in the upper side, and the untouched longs here. And the risk now is the last thing I want to do is short this market right now. I don't consider that's a good idea right now because this thing doesn't deal with this inventory here, the shorts. The shorts from this 2-day range. The market may have closed way up here, may have reached this, or made an all-time high up here, but unless it is during regular trading hours, I won't consider this deal with. Now, in the lower side, I still have this area around the 66, 75, something like that, as a support, right? Notice how this started to form. It started here on Monday, and I draw that, not to tell anything, right? Not to say, not to claim that I knew this was going to happen, but as the market started giving us information, what I try to do is I try to grab, if I can put it in the charts, I put it in the charts, and then see what the market does with that information. Right? And it is clear, right? By the close, it was clear that was being used as a resistance here, right? Multiple times, 1, 2, 3 times. This is not good. This is short covering. This is a virulent short covering that we have here, and the shorts are, can be squeezed up here. Just imagine, right, being short in this area. Know where the market is now. And one of the things that can happen is, the market is super high. My short is, I am well underwater, and as the market drops here, the losses start to minimize, to get, it can even get to a level that I can be break even, for example, right? Oh, I am losing 100, now I am losing only 40. Come on, we'll come down a little bit more. All that kind of things can happen for all the shorts that are down here, right? And as the market drops, right, they start to cover, right? Oh, thanks God, right? I'm never going to be short again. And that's what can mislead these breaks here, right? This was a good opportunity here. It was just so high, man. It was way overextended from the European opening here, I believe. What time was this? This is 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. Yeah. This is a European opening what we have here, right? And one of the things, one of the most important things to me was where the market opened relative to yesterday, right? It opened with a gap, tiny micro gap, one tick. The gap has been closed, has re-entered previous day range. Now, what is for us after this, right? This is all-time high. This is a previous all-time high, and I think this is okay. This is from this day here, as you can see here. I don't know what day is this. What day is this? The 15th, right? Way back in time. There's no inventory here. This contract starts to have volume here. And this day, which is Friday, I believe, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is Friday. Yeah. What this market can be challenging now is this all-time high that was made during the overnight. There is inventory, there is short inventory that can actually be the fuel that the market needs to cover this distance here. The distance we have from this 3-day range high, and as a matter of fact, it's not 3-day, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-day range high to this all-time high. Okay, value is higher, obviously, right now. And the other piece of information from yesterday, I was just checking value, man. You know, after this big swing that we have here, what happened to value? This was at the time, I think the value here, one of the things that I have pointed out here yesterday was as the market made the corrections from this part, on this side, value actually was moving higher, which was very counterintuitive, right? Very counterintuitive. My curiosity here, right? You know, what I wanted to know is where value was going to close. At one time it was overlapping lower, but actually it closed overlapping, right? It closed overlapping, which means it engulfs the previous day, no range, but the previous day value area, right? Which also is another important piece of information. That is, what is that, right? Is after all of this movement, after all of this back and forth the market has had, the market actually didn't do anything. It closed basically where it was. Previous saddle was up here, and that is what came to be last, right? Saddle a little bit lower than the previous day, but not that much, right? I can go even further and say it was an unchanged day, and that's a very hard concept to grasp for many people. After you see prices going super high and going super low, after those virulent moves, it is hard for many people to grasp that that information, that there is no change in the market. But how come, right? And even though, going even further, after watching the Chairman Powell press conference and recalling all the data, the economy data that we were having in the past weeks, I don't have a good view of the economy. I have a bias here to the downside. But in the short term, and this is the thing, right? And this is also something very counterintuitive um, it's not easy, right? To to keep in mind to keep in mind two conflicting thoughts and having a negative view, but at the same time observing, right? Because I am not an investor. I don't hold I don't hold investments here. What I do is trading, and my short-term view is different. My short-term view actually was pointing to the upside, right? How long is that going to last? I have no idea, right? But I don't have uh, the similar beliefs for the short term that I have for the long term, and all that is trading. You may have an opinion of the market for one time frame, and and you can have another completely different opinion, right? It can even contradict the first one you have. That is very hard. It's not easy to do. I am still following the plan here. I have no intentions here. Really, I have no intentions to do anything today as well. I don't want to say nothing, but maybe tomorrow can be a better day, and and all of that because finally tomorrow is going to be the first day. The December contract is going to be all by itself. Yeah. Still, September is here. September has a lot of long term, a lot of inventory in the long side. Let's check this one. This is September. This is September, and all of this. Look at this. All of this inventory is long. The most weak one was this area here. This one. This area here was super weak. Right now, this part has been corrected. This one also has been dealt with. That's why I'm closing here. This super mechanical day also has been dealt with, right? And why I say that, because we have a short covering that follow this terrible day to the downside. Now we have a questionable low, but remember, this is September. This contract basically ends today, right? The final day, when it closes is tomorrow at 9:29, 59 seconds, 59 a.m. tomorrow. Okay, but for all practical purposes, it's pretty much done, right? We don't have volume here. Look at how 40,000. Yesterday has 200,000, right? And this is the inventory. I guess now that I have it here, I can check this one. All of this area is filled with these stops. These ones, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I would say maybe 10, 11 wide high here that are here. This is what I was talking early in the stream, right? It still has not been dealt with, right? We have an excess here, but it has not been squeezed. That's the thing. I'm not saying that it has to, right? I'm saying it has to, okay? This area here was, if I remember well, was an area that is pretty similar to what we have here. And notice what happened here. Right? What do we have? This area, I have it from this day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something. I guess even the overnight. What it is? Yeah, it was the overnight as well. I'm going to expand this profile, this overnight. Look at what we have here. All right, that I remember. Okay, and what follows, what deals with this inventory to the downside is this short covering data. Really, really, really bad. Super, super, super weak, weird trending day that follow. And short covering. This is short covering. Just simple as that, right? From this day, I have this, and this is just the same thing that we have up here. Okay, it might have been deal in the overnight, but again, I don't consider it has been rebalanced unless it happens during the overnight. Now we have a new all-time high. It has excess, right? But that's not why I brought September here. It was just to highlight how much long inventory this contract has. Right? Look at this day as well. Very questionable weeks here, very questionable lows here. Right? Coming how it had came. Right? And the support, what we have on December here, this area, the 74, something like that. For September is the 64.60. Oh, look at that. Pretty much like 100 points lower, right? All right. And this is the hardest part also, trading the roll or trying to trade the rollover week, because we basically have two contracts here, right? And one has tremendous amount of inventory in the long, tremendous amount of long inventory, and the other one is starting to have accumulation long, way up the high, way up high, right at the high, at the top of the range. That's when inventory is being accumulated. These contracts are going to have to be exercised, right? That's why you have the rollover. Whatever amount of contracts or inventory is not, is what we have. We as traders may hold, right? And traders don't exercise, right? Traders don't care about it. The traders don't want to add to portfolios. They just want to trade. But what amount of the market these kind of participants can be, have no idea. Right? I just have no idea. I don't have an understanding or a good, really better appreciation of what can be going on here. Right? For me to say something or to actually to do something, to try to do something without risk here, without reducing the risk here. All right. What else? I'm going to close this profile. These longs, the longs are in the process of being rebalanced. Look at this, man. Look at this. Come on. It is just make you think, right? This cannot be coincidence, man. Oh, boy. All right. Now the thing, right? This little part, this little distribution is something here. This distribution was close. Okay, remember this from yesterday, okay? This is from yesterday. Remember what happened? Okay. Okay, because there is something that is changing now relative to yesterday. I have just noticed that now. Remember when the market was going lower here. The market was going lower here, right? It was coming to this. We talk about how a potential trade can come here along, and that has a really, it's a good area to monitor, right? The risk here, the maximum was 3 points, if I have anything, right? 3 points here. Was the thing was the market comes to this distribution here, when the market was going lower here, and you can have this low as a potential stop here, or if it comes down here, this one is. But the dynamics from yesterday was the market just it didn't come here, it came all the way down to here, way below this, and then bounce back from here. And the second time it comes, it not just closes, but it comes down here, comes by even more, and comes back again. And there were signs that the action was not being completed. And as the market takes these two little distribution here, potentially the market, and that's something we also talk about this, there may be, right? Maybe that this area, this single prints somewhere in here could be the potential destination, the ultimate destination, okay? Because the main trade was taking this stop. So this huge area, it was 10 periods wide, that has a lot of stops, right? Lot of stops below. I'm not going to wait that the market take those stops to close, because that's when losses happen. That was the comment at the time. Not trying to squeeze the last tick of the movement. It's better to get out earlier, right, in the trade, as it is better to get in a little bit late, right? Now this is the difference from today. Hold on. What the heck's happening here? All right, this is the difference, right? Right now, I see three distributions. One here, this big one, that was closed in the pre-market. I have a little one here, very little one here, easy to see. Everybody can see this, and another one down here. And this is the thing, right? Just check this out. Let's take it in the opening here. Market closes the gap. Okay. Now, I don't know what's going on, what's happening, but I see that the market takes this distribution, closes this one, and let's go to the next one. And notice what happened. It doesn't close it, okay? It doesn't close it. It doesn't get inside this, much less a little bit, nothing like that. It just fails to close this one, and this can be an important piece of information for what can happen now, here. Right? This one. This actually can be a trade. Okay? But how much time has passed since this information has been, since this has happened? 5 minutes, 10 minutes? That's how late I can be. Okay? So the thing here is to see this happening in real time. Right? And it is hard. It is hard to notice, because we were talking about September inventories here while this was happening, and it actually was going lower, right? The market was going lower. How can you take a long here, right, when this market is going lower, right? It takes some guts to do that. You got to have a market understanding of what can be happening here behind. And that's the thing. Okay. I actually have no idea the odds, right? Thinking in probabilistic terms, the odds that something that I can do something here that can have good odds of success relative to the same scenario in a day or in a week that I don't have a rollover, and the week that I don't have all these FOMC things, right, are very low because I don't have an appreciation of what can be going on behind curtains here. Now there's a lot of things that can happen that are going on that I really don't understand. There's too much things here that I don't understand, that I don't have a good comprehension, that increases the risk of whatever I can do. And that is the main reason why I decided to, to sit out this week, to sit on my hands during this week. It has been an extraordinary, really nice educational experience. There's something going on here. Let me save these charts. I feel like it may save. Sevenfold. I don't know why this profile doesn't go away. I don't need this anymore. Oh, look at this. Huh. Check this out. This is something that I forgot to. I noticed this yesterday, but I forgot to point it out. Where all this L come? It come exactly from half back. Exactly. Boy, that's not good, man. All of this is what's happening here. But notice how this low is different. Let's remove this. I don't want to see that thing. Notice these highs, right? Notice what we have here from these 2 days. This is also like 7, 8 wide. And on top of that, now we have this high. Contigo tenía todo y lo perdí. Tu, 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 tu. Notice what is value relative to yesterday, yeah? Not just relative to yesterday, but relative. Contigo tenía todo. I apologize for this. Drops that the stream is having. I'm having issues here. Look at that, man. Look at this. Look at this. This is again. I'm sorry. The stream is just dropping. This I don't know what's happening really. I can see my child. My chats are running uninterrupted, but the stream is just dropping. Has dropped a couple times. So now, just look at what's going on here, man. This is just unbelievable. I think the ultimate destination can be. Oh, another way. These round numbers, right? 65.52. This the way is 66 here. 60. This is September low is basically 66, right? Right now is dealing with this inventory, for example, right? This high could be the potential. The ultimate destination here, and this, oh come on, man, this you see. Okay, remember this. Okay, this is something that you will see. This is something that you will see over and over, but it doesn't happen that often. But the dynamics, right? This time is to the upside, which is something very similar. Now it's happening in the time frame that I thought was going to happen. What I'm going to say now. Do you remember this day? Contigo tenía todo y lo perdí. Actually, it was not. I'm going to call September. Okay, this is it, because it happened here, and it happened where? Come on, man. I think it happened here during this day here. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I don't remember now, but the idea was the following. Oh, okay, it was the 45-degree line. The 45-degree line trade. What the heck is that? I have erased that. Where is that 45-degree line trade? Oh, okay, it's really far. Here. This day. I still have it here. It happened. Okay. It happened very slow. I did something here, but I expected to happen fast. Usually in one trading session, right? When you have this 45 degrees to the upside and the market breaks sharply, okay, with traders blindly following price, get short in the hole, and as soon as the market opens, the market just shoots way higher and then breaks back again down to almost the low from when it started, and then shoot up again. That's what I am seeing now. Okay, this is what I am seeing. What I'm seeing here, and where it comes from the overnight. Okay, and to understand this is what I'm going to talk now. This inventory here, huh? This is the late lagger longs that come when traders saw this market going higher. Remember the context. Okay, the context is this area here, right? This area here that comes from these 2 days that has. I'm going to open this or I'm going to open this one. so you can see it. You can see it, right? You can see here why I'm talking about. What do we have here? Look the amount of highs or the stops that can be placed in this area. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16 lows. 16 highs, right? And this area here is loaded, man. It is loaded with stops. Okay? We have seen the rebalancing that happened here. Okay? The same thing. I'm going to open this, and open this, which is yesterday. How much do we have here? Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 at the time, right? When J made this low, 11 lows, right? Pretty much the same thing that we have in the upper side is down here. And then, you have this spike to the downside that of course takes all of these stops, right? All of these stops out. All this, it's not the stops, right? But the inventory that is long, okay? The inventory that's long and is forced to liquidate, and that happens here. And if you check your volume, you will see there is a significant increase in volume during K period. Now this one has been dealt with, so it is history. Now the market now can be dealing with this, and that's the trade is this one, right? We have this overnight, extremely high. It doesn't count, right? The volume the overnight has is only 200, almost 300,000. This drop that we have here, that started here in the pre-market, is the dealing of this inventory that we have here, not of this one. Okay, not of this one. These shorts here are still here, hoping now, praying now the market is going to come back down below to this area or even further down. And that is very misleading, okay, because this is long inventory overnight week, and there's some rebalancing happening here, and now the market is dealing with this. And the trade, okay, remember this is very, very, very educational, right? We have this inventory, okay. The market deals with this with a break, okay? But the break that comes out of this is just to deal with this part, not with this one. Then the market comes down to this, and then after that comes the real trade, which is the dealing of this short inventory that we have here. All this short inventory we have here, remember, we have even short from this area, plus this one. And what the market is doing in the bigger time frames. We have daily going higher, we have weekly going higher, we have monthly. So this is a trending market, right? Trending to the upside. So the damage that this kind of market can inflict in the short is even higher than the damage that can inflict in the longs. And notice, it is, for me, it is the same type of trade, right? The same dynamics that come that you have seen coming out of this 45-degree line, which is this one here, this day here, this one here, right? The market just trying to go lower, is pulled back to where it was. POC in this case, right? There's another push to the downside, comes back, another push comes back to the same place. Uh-huh. Traders get over emotional, react emotionally, and they think this is it, right? This is it. We have very emotional overnight, and let me think. I'm going to bet one penny here that is the same thing, that all of this happened in the European opening. Let me see. Look at that. Exactly the same kind. This is the European opening here, coming overextended, too much. It didn't react that fast. But the dynamics that we had here in this date, the same dynamics here, okay? The same dynamics is what I am seeing here now, today. Same thing. Same thing. Notice how different, all right, the trades can be one from each other. It is the same trade, different speed, different. I won't say time frame, but development, all right. And we need to be able also to identify this kind of trades. We have something yesterday, okay? We have something yesterday, which is different to what we are having now, but what we are having now is similar to what we had a couple weeks ago, right? With time, the job here in this business, I want to say something here. Right? This business attracts a lot of people thinking that this is a easy money. Right? I am going to get rich really fast doing this, but it requires tremendous amount of dedication. It is very stressful. There's a lot of stress involved, a lot of observations, time consuming, and it is important here. It is important to learn how to relax, learn how to walk away, right? Learn how to forget about the market. If you're one of those persons that can stop thinking in the market when you're away from your computer, you need a job to do because you're not relaxing, and that is very important. Okay, this is something that traders usually don't pay attention to, right? Which is the learning part of the business. It requires, right? It requires a lot of time learning. I would say maybe, before starting to trade, maybe the best case scenario, maybe 2 years, at least 2 years, observing, watching, maybe taking some mock trade. I wouldn't do these pro firms, right? Because you have a tendency to overtrade there. Maybe a trade that can be made in paper, and if you want a paper trade, again, you got CME, man. You got CME. CME has gives you charts. I don't know where it is, but if you search here, you will find education. Okay, here, education here. Education. What is education? Economic trading simulator. Huh? Can you see? You have simulator. You choose your market here, and place your trades here. Okay. The data is delayed. It's 15 and 20 minutes delayed. But what do you want to do here? That's the question, right? What you want to do here is what matters here. I want to go, for example, once I have observed what happened here, the ultimate destination of this trade can be this high, right? Where is my time frame? Is it 5 minutes? No, not 5 minutes. How can I change this? Okay, 30 minutes. Retail means what time is here, what time is it here in this chart? I don't know what time is it. And here I can see, for example, that no, different. No, I have to use. I don't use bar charts to trade. But you have the idea is you want to place trades. You have this, and it's free. Okay, it's free. You place, you buy, you sell, or whatever. Right? Once you have an idea of what you want to do, you go to the execution part and place your trade. Okay, you don't have to risk anything here. Okay. Look at that. 18. We still have 12 more minutes to go. I think this can get this high here. Okay, and what follows here? Okay, this part here. Next thing that we can see, after this happens, after these shorts are squeezed, what do you think can happen after shorts are squeezed? When we see sideways trading here, and followed by the break, another break. Exactly the same thing that happened here during the overnight. Yeah. So the job, the first 2 years is learn, see the cycle, learn about market dynamics, and you will see things will start to repeat. All right? And the job is you got to survive. You got to preserve capital. Okay? And that's a concept that I include myself in that group of people, right? We think that we can make this. We know that very few people make it in trading. Really, the percentage of people that makes in trade is very low, but still, we think, the vast majority of us think we are, 99% of us, or 97% of us, or 95% of people like us, like me, retail traders, are convinced that we are that 5%, that 3%, that 1% of people that make it here. I don't know how else I can put it. But you got it there. Okay, now again, I'm not going to, if I have something here, I'm not going to wait until the market is up here, for example. This is a good area to take profits. This is a good area right where the market is now. This is a good area to hedge or to do something. I will start to trim if I have more than one position, because this trade is these shorts being squeezed here. If I see a spike really fast, a virulent spike like happen, boom, really fast, that's it. Right? That usually signs the end. But the ones that can move, the traders or the participants that can move the markets, that can hold inventory, right? That are not easily scared by 5-10 points drop. They don't want this to happen fast, because they know that if that happens, they cannot unwind their inventory. They still hold inventory that needs to be sold, that needs to be sold. I have to sell certain amount of inventory, but if this goes really fast, I won't be able to do it, because if I do it, the market will go even higher, really fast, and it becomes risky then, right? But how? And then comes again, and this is very counterintuitive. Isn't that better? If I have loans that I want to get rid of, or I want loans that I want to close, is that better? The higher the markets go? Not always, because what I need is inventory. Right? I need another participants that can take the other part of the trade. This for me is just trading here, what I'm seeing here. Really nice, man. Really nice trade here. So these ones, these longs here, or these shorts. Okay. Oh, but believe it or not, if there is shorts here that have seen the market coming down here, they still can be holding the shorts. Even though they have seen the market going back to their positions, they are still holding shorts. And why? Because I want the market came down or came down here, the market can come down here again. Okay. Yeah, sure, it's going to do that. Okay, for me the market is dealing with this inventory now. Check yesterday's stream. We talk about this during FOMC. Very standard day, man. Very standard day. Now, what's next here? Okay, this contract is the rollover ends today. Now the next thing is, I think the next thing here can be, how do I want to face the weekend? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is Friday. There was liquidation last Friday. You know? Today's my think that this thing can happen again tomorrow. I wouldn't be that sure, man. Really nice moment here. Jamás me peleé, contigo tenía todo y lo perdí. One of the things that I have noticed from yesterday as well, is that this day it actually close to the downside. It closed back inside the range, but it closed to the downside. Okay, well, this a real squeeze here could be okay, maybe 50s. Gotta be very careful here. Okay, that's the idea behind. But the idea that I was explaining the movement that comes with this kind of dynamics here. Short, long, you have extremely emotional long, there is a rebalancing, and then the market keeps going back and may come down after that. Gotta be very careful here, man. I don't have, as I say, I don't have anything here. 8, 9, 9 periods. 8, 9, 9 periods. 9 periods. When is 9 periods here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I. In I, still, this still has a long way to go. Alright, I don't have anything else here to say. I hope, unless you have any questions, man, I'm going to be calling it a day. I wish you a wonderful day, rest of the day, stay safe. See you another time. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye bye.